My op-ed this morning over at HartmannReport.com is titled, Trump Deploys Reality Show Tricks to Dominate and Destabilize America and the World. And, it's basically, I open it with this sentence. Well, 8 p.m. came and went, to paraphrase T.S. Eliot, not with a bang, but a whimper. And basically that's it. I mean, this is Donald Trump's reality show presidency. And, there's really only a couple of things that Donald Trump has ever learned how to do well in his life. He's not very bright. He's largely incompetent at most things, but he is very good at getting publicity and manipulating the media. He's been doing that since the 70s. Of course, he's also very good at burning through his daddy's money. He wiped out all of his inheritance. But number one, he's good at getting publicity. And number two, he's good at basically being a reality show host. NBC literally spent millions of dollars teaching Donald Trump how to be a reality TV show host. They had to create a whole complete set for Apprentice because his own conference room at the Trump Tower was so shabby that it just wouldn't work for television. So, they came up with this, and they taught him how to do it. And one of the things they taught him was the importance of always rebooting, at least never let 2 weeks go by without doing something dramatic to reboot the show. And, we've noticed throughout the Trump presidency, there's this 2-week thing. He's constantly saying in 2 weeks, in 2 weeks, in 2 weeks. You just Google in 2 weeks and Donald Trump, and you just get all these, And his cabinet meetings are like the Apprentice show. Right? In the Apprentice show, he'd get all the contestants around the table and they'd all tell him their ideas, and then they'd all tell him how wonderful he was. Oh, great idea, Mr. Trump. You gave me a real inspiration. That kind of thing. And now, of course, it's his cabinet meeting and the members of the cabinet go, oh, Donald Trump, oh, you're so good. It's such an honor to serve you, sir. You're the most wonderful president ever in the history of America. And, Hegseth going off this morning on TV going, we just had a great victory with a capital V. Don't believe it. This is just wild. Donald Trump is claiming that Pakistan negotiated a deal between us and Iran and Israel that is based on this 10-point plan that Iran had put forward a week ago, and that everybody's accepted it. And nobody's accepted it. I mean, the 10-point plan includes things like Iran gets to begin enriching uranium again. I mean, and Israel's still bombing Lebanon. So that was part of the deal. It's not real. And then, this is where it gets very, very strange, is the post that brought this all about, that Donald Trump is citing as the basis for, or the proof that Pakistan worked this thing out. The Post's edited history shows that in the original version, at the very top, it said draft Pakistan's PM message on X, Prime Minister's message on X. Well, if this had been written by the Pakistanis, they wouldn't have said Prime Minister, the Pakistan's Prime Minister. They would have said Prime Minister, whatever his name is, Sharif, I think. Yeah, Shahbaz Sharif. But it didn't. So obviously, this thing was written by the United States. This was just Donald Trump kind of wiggling his way out. But my point is, the big point here of my op-ed is that Donald Trump succeeded in, number one, manipulating the media. The two things he's good at, manipulating the media and being a reality TV show star. He manipulated the media successfully. We're no longer discussing his raping a 13-year-old girl. We're no longer discussing his sons jumping into the defense contractor gravy train. We're no longer discussing his Bitcoin scams where he pardoned a guy who had scammed over $1 billion out of Bitcoin, who is now helping make Donald Trump an additional $1 billion. We're no longer discussing his selling pardons, which should be a major scandal. We're no longer discussing his destroying the White House East Wing. We're no longer discussing his hanging Putin's picture in the White House next to with all the American presidents. We're no longer discussing his hanging his picture all over D.C. on giant banners like he's Saddam Hussein. We're no longer discussing his inflation. We're no longer discussing his gas prices. I mean, we're no longer discussing any of the basically daily obscenities and indignities that Donald Trump visits upon us, because he knows how to be a talk show host. He knows how to manipulate the media. He thinks he's living inside a reality show. I mean, it goes beyond just he knows how to do this. He actually, I really genuinely believe, putting my psychotherapist hat on, I genuinely believe that this guy is a psychopath. He does not have empathy, does not have the ability to experience what it's like to experience other people's emotions. And that's why he so casually kills these people in the Caribbean in these little boats. It's why he was so casual about killing 88 people when he captured Maduro, or the injuries to the American soldiers who participated in that. It's why he's so casual about 13 American soldiers dying in Iran, or in this battle with Iran. It's why he didn't protect them in the first place. He just died. He thinks of soldiers as toys. He thinks of all of us as simply props on his reality show, in his reality show world, that are there to be manipulated to move around for his pleasure and his benefit exclusively, because he's the only real human being on earth. This is how psychopaths think. They are the only ones who count. And that's why when they commit murder, that's why when they commit rape, that's why when they steal things from people, that's why when they commit fraud, they can still sleep at night, because it doesn't matter, because those people aren't real. Only their emotions count. And Donald Trump thinks, with his limited mental capacity and his inability to feel empathy, he thinks he's living in this reality show. But here's the other thing, the other part of this, and I want to get into some more detail on this on the other side of the break, but the other part of this is that, we just got a 2-week reprieve. Let's use that to lean hard on Republicans in the House and Senate to impeach this guy. I mean, it's like, we can't wait until November. This is just wild stuff.